good morning. It's Edna Keep here live with Free Coaching Friday. And today we're going to talk about the importance of the last will and testament. This is kind of hitting near and dear to me today because I just had a really good client and friend pass away on Monday. She was 79, but you know what? It still is a shock. She'd been a little bit unwell. We talked back and forth. But you know what? You just never expect it, right? Ever. So the good news is she did have a last will and testament. I'm not handling it or anything, but the family, it's always an issue when the family has to deal with stuff. And you know, she had a lot of assets, you know, houses and condos and bank accounts and investments, and it's there's a lot of stuff there. So one thing I wanted to point out is, you know, as you're building your real estate portfolio, you might do it slowly, you know, one property at a time, one house at a time, or a building at a time. But you know, 5 years later, your whole life has changed. So make sure that you update that will. And man, if you don't have one, get one. Because my understanding with people who've passed away without the will is it is a heck of a mess. And you know, that's not a very nice gift to leave behind after you leave. You know, a lot of people, their kids are counting on that money, or you know, they realize that it's going to take a while, but they're counting on it, and you know, it helps ease the pain a little bit, I think. But dealing with it and having all the pain and anguish on top of the money challenges, or the money challenges on top of the pain and anguish you already feel, has got to be a whole lot worse. And don't forget that once you've done it, to review it, because your assets change. And you know, just think about it today. If something were to happen to you, where would the kids go to find all your stuff? You know, we just revisited this because my daughter's going to be selling life insurance. She just graduated from grade 12, and that's what she's decided she wants to do. And so, of course, I wanted her to look at my policy. And, you know, it took me a while to remember even where I put it. And then eventually I asked my husband, actually, I never did remember. I asked my husband, I said, do you know where all our life insurance stuff is? He says, oh, yeah, I think I have it in the safe. So, you know, they probably would find it by opening the safe. But the thing is, where's your stuff? Where's all your documents? Who's your accountant? Who's your lawyer? Like make sure that there's something that says, okay, if something happens to me, this is where you start. Lots of people don't know that. You're dealing with accountants and bookkeepers and lawyers and investments. You probably got investments all over the place, if I know most of you. And it's not just bank accounts. Well, you know what? If you don't follow up on that, it just disappears. And it goes into cyberspace. So if you keep track of that and keep updating it, and you know, at the very least, you should revisit it once a year. Here's a list of all my bank statements. Here's a list of all my accounts. Here's a list of all my joint venture partners and how to get a hold of them. Here's a list of all my life insurance policies and how to get hold of them. And it's a big job dealing with an estate, so you want to make sure that it's as easy as possible. I've seen estates tied up for 10 years or more because it wasn't handled properly up front. So be as clear as you possibly can be on getting that done. So today's short and sweet. I don't have all the answers when it comes to last will and testament. I know we have ours. I know it hasn't been updated for a while, so I've got to call in to our lawyer to update ours. And I thought it was a good topic to take the time to remind you that if you haven't done it lately, get your last will and testament updated. So hope that rings a bell with all of you. If you don't have one, get one. If you need life insurance, call us, because my daughter's now in the life insurance game. And you know, just so you know, banks a lot of time will ask you to put life insurance on your mortgages through them. I just want to remind you that the life insurance you buy through a bank, first of all, it's usually very expensive. And the policy, the payout should something happen to you, goes to the bank. It doesn't go to you. Yeah, sure, your property's paid off, but you don't get it. So for example, if you start out with a mortgage of $250,000 and it drops down to $200,000, the mortgage is paid off, your payment hasn't changed, but the bank gets the $200,000. You get nothing. It would make a lot more sense if you bought yourself a $250,000 life insurance policy from a private firm, a term. They're cheap, depending on your age, of course, and then getting the death payout to you, and then you can choose. Do I want to pay off that mortgage, or do I just want to keep it running and use that money to buy something else? You know, that is where I see the biggest errors with most people make nowadays, is they get life insurance through the bank instead of getting it independent. And if you're not sure about you know, what your life insurance looks like, ask for somebody to review it. I know Desiree, even though she's just starting, she has somebody who working hand in hand with her. They're very, very good at it. They could review your policy, tell you if you need more, tell you if you have enough, or tell you if you're paying too much for it. So if something like that interests you, just reach out to me at edna@ednakeep.com. That was a shameless plug for my daughter, but I'm so proud of her for taking the bull by the horns and getting into something that is good for all people concerned, and can help her make a really good career learning sales and everything else. So have a really, really good Friday, and we'll talk to you all on Monday. Bye for now. Hey, hi everyone. Nice to see you on.